Measure first, plan later.
Okay, what am I going to do after that point?
I mean, this is my limit. This is where I'll stay.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Manarchy podcast. I'm Chris, joined here today with Wilson and Sumit. And today we're going to be talking about nutrition, a very contentious subject, and one that I'm sure will lend itself to a lot of eye-opening discussions. So first of all, welcome guys. Thank you for joining me again.
How are you doing, Chris?
Pleasure to be here, man.
Very well. Hungry.
Yeah,
Oh,
very.
you bet.
Let's talk about it. Sumit, how would you describe nutrition? What is it?
Fuel. It's the body's fuel. What you're going to put in is ultimately going to get you the results that you need to do to survive, to perform, and to grow and develop, and ultimately defines the longevity of your life. So basically, as a being, as a creature, nutrition is literally what the input is. Aside from the psychological aspects of it, it's talking about purely from a physiological perspective.
Got you. And Wilson, what does nutrition mean to you? Tell me.
It's a vast definition, isn't it? I mean, but to sum it as what Sumit said, is basically the fuel, what you need for a startup till you go to sleep. You need that in the morning, in the afternoon, break time, dinner time, after dinner time. It all depends. If you want to do something about it, if you want to eat that way, and you feel comfortable about it, it's good. Keeps you happy. Now that is nutrition. There is other part of it, which we'll discuss a bit later.
Yes.
But basically, from layman's term, wake up in the morning, you feel like drinking coffee, please go ahead. Feel like drinking tea, please go ahead. Feel like eating an egg sandwich, please go ahead. That's nutrition. You feel comfortable, feel good factor, you walk into the office, you're all happy. As long as you are not upset about anything during that particular day.
And that goes into the mental aspect.
Mental aspect. So as simple
different
as that.
fuel.
Different fuel. So that's how it is.
Got it. Listen, for me, I think that nutrition is something, it's a topic that I've been back and forth with clients over the years. A very contentious issue. You know, you've got so many different types of diets and, fad diets and different ideas about what nutrition is or what it should be. What's the most healthiest option? What's the best option? But as you both alluded to, yes, of course, it is essentially fuel for the body. And for me, it's about optimum health. It's about, okay, what can I consume daily that's going to help my body function in the best way possible each and every day? Of course, sometimes we miss the mark. We're not always 100% with our nutrition. I can attest to that myself. But I think that that should be the goal of nutrition. It should be, okay, what is the best way I can use my nutrition and consume energy to fuel my body in the most optimum way to perform mentally, physically, every single day to perform the tasks that I need.
As you rightly said, what's your goal?
Yes.
And most of them don't know about it. So your goal is important. What do you want to be? What is it you eat and why do you eat?
But there's two parts to this, right?
Yeah.
There is nutrition for the purpose of sustenance and nutrition for the, I would say, performance.
Yes.
Right? And they would be two very different things.
Exactly.
Right? For sustenance, this is the base level I need for my body to perform the way it should, the way it exists. If you think about it, that's like putting 95 octane fuel in your car, right? It's designed to take 95 or 98, let's say, whatever it's designed for. This is what it needs just to survive. Now, I could add a turbo booster in there. I could add, any amounts of other, you see NOS and all that stuff, right? Anything else that basically gets more out of that particular engine, that body that you have. So that's the sustenance part of it. And then there's the performance part of it. I think there's two very different things. Sustenance should just be like, I need to survive and I need to maximize the performance. My liver, my kidneys, my heart, they need to perform this way for me to be human. And then, of course, beyond that, how to increase your lifespan and get a healthier mental makeup, your both psychological and physiological performance, maximization for a long life. That would be a whole different discussion, which is, I think, what you were talking about.
No, I mean, sustenance could be just a couple of bananas in the morning. That's it.
Technically, yes. As far as you meet the profile.
Is good enough. A couple of eggs or whatever it is. That's good enough for me. But then again, when you're talking of nutrition, then as you rightly said, I mean, you are a master in it anyway, because you come across a lot of clients with different questions, different queries all the time. So you must be up there all the time. You can't really say anything, because there's veg, then there is non-veg. How do you then balance between both? Do you have sufficient knowledge? You see, for example, now, especially India, in Europe, there are a lot of those guys who are really huge and say we eat only vegetables, which is hard to digest, right? I mean, it could be natural, which I doubt, to be very honest.
Yeah.
But then
Sources
we know what is it. But are you actually a vegetarian? And then when individuals look at it and say, okay, that's my goal.
Yeah.
I love vegetarian, but that's my goal. Is it then effective? Is it detrimental to your health? Now that's where you start actually doing a bit of a research.
Yeah.
Moving in the right direction, talking
That's
to
a
the
key
right
point,
people.
actually, what you're saying there about research, because I think access to information is at an all-time high, right? We have so much access to information.
In the opposite direction, though.
In the opposite direction, yes,
But there's
absolutely.
so much of information. You don't know what is right, what
You
is
don't know
wrong.
what is right and what is wrong. And so, the layperson that maybe doesn't have a background in nutrition, doesn't really have a firm grasp on, macro and micronutrients, which we'll touch on in a minute. How do you know what you're reading is correct? You can go on Google, ChatGPT, use anything for source of information. And, a lot of the time it might be correct, but it doesn't always necessarily mean that it's going to apply specifically to you either. So on the subject of macro and micronutrients, what do we consider to be the baseline in terms of the carbs, the proteins, the fats, the vitamins, the minerals? How are we going to optimize getting those into our diet on a daily basis?
I think the critical point here is, I mentioned this for pretty much anything, whether that's going to be in business and manufacturing, it's in the human body or anything, is measurement.
Yes.
The first aspect of anything is understanding what the parameters are, right? Your body weight, your metabolic rate. And I know these terms might be a little bit vague for some people, or they don't understand what the true definition of it is. It's merely understanding from what is available to us as prevailing tests to see how the body performs. What are the metrics that it's standing at, right? And what should be, through our body of knowledge, basic body of knowledge, where we should be.
Yes.
Right. So that just gives you an idea where I am, where I should be, and what's the delta. That tells you then that something's off. It's when you know something's off is where you can start building a plan to address it. And then I believe the macronutrients become the freaking Bible, for lack of a better word, right? It's literally what you need to build for yourself. But knowing your metabolic rate, knowing people use the BMI as an indicator. It's not particularly the holy grail. It's got a lot of flaws in it. It doesn't take in genetic factors. It doesn't take in certain other physiological variances that exists, like bone densities and the ability to retain water and whatnot.
Yes, yeah.
And that may skew the numbers, but at least it gives you a starting point to start thinking in the right direction about building this understanding of the self.
Yes.
Only then which you can actually apply.
That's actually planning, detailed planning. What you spoke about.
Yeah.
The problem is this, and you would agree with me. For the initial starters, they will never do a proper research. There are very few in percentage. What they'll do is they'll walk up to a friend who's already in the gym, or going for a walk, or going for cycling, or whatever it is. Help me in this diet.
What is it that you do?
Exactly. Okay, then let me try your diet. You know what I'm saying?
Which may be fairly off.
Fairly off. Let me try your diet. I mean, it might not agree with you. Your metabolism is different.
Yes.
So I mean, whoever comes to me and says, give me your diet, I'll say, boss, it's all trial and error. You know what I'm saying?
You remember, just a short while back, we were sitting and you were like, what's your secret, right?
What's
I was
the
just like, I don't think there's a secret here, guys. Right? It's just, this seems to be working for me and it absolutely does not work for someone else at all, right?
Perhaps a carrot would work for him, not for me. I might have digestive issues with that.
Absolutely.
Someone might love sweet potato, but I'll say, oh, it's too much of a gas for me. And that's how it is. So you need to introspect, actually. Sit, take, this is what I want to be. This huge, how will I get to be that big in life? Do I really want to get that big? It's a process. It's not a 1 day or 2 day. It's a consistent
something that just
effort.
Triggered a thought is we often don't even listen to our bodies.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sure you feel that to some extent also. You'll hear communication from your body and you'll ignore it, right?
Yes.
Think about it, that one day I get up in the morning and I'm like, wow, I feel amazing. I feel great. I feel energetic. I may have slept well. But I didn't ask myself the question, what did I eat yesterday?
Yeah.
What was my dinner?
Yeah.
When did I eat it?
Why do I feel like this?
Why do I feel this great? I just, now more than ever before in my life, I'll say it's subjective, related to my sleep.
Yes.
But that's not the only factor. That might be 30% of it, right? It could be what I ate yesterday. Turns out that's probably the right cocktail that I'm supposed to have taken in from a nutrition perspective, and I completely ignored it, right? Now, of course, I'm far better at measuring those things. So it goes right back to that whole thing, introspection, measurement, understanding what your body has already told you so far. The story is out there. It's just not communicating in the way you want to hear it.
There are 10,000 diets.
It's unfortunately not coming in instant.
Yes.
Your body's not speaking to you on
just
Instagram
don't
Reels. So
Yeah.
From a strength coach perspective, for me, it's weight training has always become synonymous with protein and building muscle and stuff like that. But now the research is out there. People are starting to learn a little bit more about the overall health benefits of exercise when it comes to avoiding chronic disease and stuff like that. And for me, yes, protein is important. It varies from person to person based on what you mentioned, your height, weight, age, gender, for example, your activity levels, what you're spending most of your days
absorption rate,
doing, your absorption rate, your bioavailability of the foods which we consume, right? All these things are really important in and of themselves. But I think that just making sure on a daily basis, the average person doesn't really even get enough protein to sustain the lean muscle tissue that they have. That's the first place for me to start, because this will ensure that you have a longevity to your fitness journey, and also that you will avoid chronic disease by having more lean muscle tissue, which has far more benefits than what we can really give it credit for. As well as being, muscle being metabolically active. I can go on for days about how
there's a whole body of knowledge on this now.
I can go on for days about how important lean muscle tissue actually is. The second thing I will say is that for me, I was having a conversation with a client the other day about the term goals and results, right? Both you can say the same, mean very much the same thing. What's your goal? What result are you looking for? For me, it's not to say that you shouldn't be looking for a result. But for me, it's that what do you do beyond the result, right? So we're talking about, we're going to consume this amount of carb, this amount of protein, this amount of fat. I'm going to make sure I get all my vitamins, minerals, trace elements in my diet from whole foods, hopefully, right? Supplementation is another conversation. But what am I going to do after that point? I've reached this result that I've been looking for. Am I just going to go back to what I was doing, prior to following this plan or this diet, or have I actually developed it as part of my lifestyle now, and that I'm going to now continue on forward and hopefully find some kind of middle ground, and that's not just goal oriented. It's now part of my lifestyle that I can continue on with, that I now consume delicious, nutritious food as part of my daily life. That's going to lead me on to having a long, healthy life.
But it all depends how long do you want to sustain. Can you sustain it?
Yeah.
But that's not what he's talking about, making it a lifestyle enough that sustenance is no longer the concern.
No. I mean, when you're talking about lifestyle as well, the nutrition is the most important part of it.
Absolutely.
So you're able to continue it, very good. Yeah. You never know. You move into social circles and whatever it is, all of a sudden, there might be a break.
Yeah.
For a day, for 2, for 3 days, and then you're back again to the whole thing again. And again, you come back full circle and say, okay, let me start my diet again.
Very interesting.
Let me start the nutrition again.
Social triggers, any number of things that would change
Exactly.
it.
You go on a vacation, you meet your ma, your pa, and they say, I'm not eating this. They say, come on, son.
Yeah.
After a year, you've come, 6 months, you've come, after 2 years, after 3 years.
It took me years to get past that. Yes, I get that.
Isn't it? So it's all culture, it's emotional connection. Food is something which has got a lot of emotional value.
Absolutely.
Whether you're just pure on carnivore diet, pure on veg diet, it's got to do with cultural, your emotions, your mamas,
You've got traditions. You've got traditions, entire religions built around it. You've got a significant amount of festivals, if not all of them, completely designed around food. Right? Harvest, food, before it's processed, after it's processed, food being served to God, any number of things.
Your sweets.
Absolutely. I have a question though. Sorry, I'm interrupting, but what's your take on what's becoming, I feel like, the strongest, one of the biggest points of conversation, and that is the South Asian epidemic of low protein consumption, leading to significant chronic issues that have already started rearing their ugly head the more sedentary the lifestyle becomes.
Yeah.
And less agrarian and more urban as those countries become. So I'm not singling out India, of course, but I'm speaking in general. This can percolate into a variety of neighboring countries also.
I think it's a combination of two things. I would say that it's lack of strength training, number one. Number two is, I imagine if you're South Asian, it's going to be largely vegetarian, right? If you're having a largely vegetarian diet, it's not to say that you will struggle to get in, you can get insufficient protein each day. It's just that the forms of protein that you're going to be consuming are typically going to be, you have to consume more of it, which then creates a higher calorie count.
Yes.
And if you're sedentary, it's even, you're taking in more energy than what your body is expending. And so then you're left with less muscle tissue, more body fat, and more propensity to chronic illness and disease. So it's a combination of a few things together. I often, advise my clients to supplement essential amino acids, because it's something that's just not prevalent in a vegetarian diet.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the time, people are not privy to that information. Like you say, there's a lack of research before people even follow a particular diet. Or, yes, they might go and follow a diet that somebody else is, or that they know is following, and it's not suitable for them particularly. Maybe that person's a meat eater. Maybe they're saying, okay, well, actually, I'm just going to substitute these things out for some vegetarian options, and I'll probably be okay. Doesn't necessarily work like that. It's all case-by-case basis. So, yes, strength training, following your ideal diet in terms of what your macronutrients should be, making sure that you get your micronutrients in as well, which isn't necessarily an issue with a vegetarian diet, but making sure that you kind of cover all bases. There's a lot more to nutrition than simply the baseline of what people kind of understand about it. What's your take-home message, Sumit, about this topic in general?
My take-home message is spend at least a limited amount of time prior to any nutrition advice you're going to absorb, any videos you're going to watch, or if you're going to take advice from any professional, to first understand the self.
Yes.
Of course, maybe the equivalent of an in-body test or something like that is good to get like an analysis of the body, where your body fat percentage is, how is it divided on different zones in your body, all
Visceral
that stuff.
fat
That
as
might
well.
be visceral fat, of course, water retention, bone density, all that. That might be maybe a little bit too detailed, but that is something also that would be required. So measure first, understand what type of engine your car has. Right? Is it a 1.6? Is it a 1.8? Is it a V8 or a V6? I mean, if you don't know this, how are you even going to know what the fuel economy is going to be? So measure first, plan later. And in plan, ask for help. There are n number of professionals out there, because you know now what to plan for.
Yes.
Otherwise, you as a skinny individual will go, I want to look like that buff person, not recognizing that you have two different genetic factors.
Exactly.
You're two different brands altogether of that vehicle. But here's a Camry yearning to be a Lexus.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry, you might have the same maker, but you
maker,
don't have the same engine. You don't have the same
Yeah.
tires. You don't have the same amount of friction that's going to be handled by that same engine. Right. So,
Wilson, what's your take-home message?
First is your goals. That's very important.
Yes.
Don't rush into it.
What are you trying to achieve?
What exactly you're trying to achieve. Be careful of what you eat. Just because somebody is eating something doesn't mean it will apply to you as well. Be very careful. Not all foods, like before, as I said, the Asian countries and in India, in the 1960s or 1900s, you see those guys used to eat a lot of carbs. Yet they used to be chiseled all the time because the food was good.
plus they had a lot of energy expended.
Expanding as well.
Yeah.
Now it's completely different. Don't try and be like someone else. Be yourself. You might mess up once a while. That's fine. It's okay. Trial and error. Learn what's good for you. Stick onto it. What's not good for you, say thank you very much.
And enhance it every time. Yeah.
And don't put yourself under so much pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't try and be someone else. That's what actually creates pressure.
Yeah.
Be yourself. It's okay. It's okay. You're thin. It's fine. You're striving for it. It's okay. It'll take a month, 2 months, 10 years, 15 years. Be at
That's
it.
such a great point, by the way. And just to finish off, I will say that, many clients of mine, have come to me and said, I want to look like X, right? And I would say to them, I can't do that, but I can make you look like the best version of yourself.
Exactly.
This is-
You know what I mean? And that's
it.
what we should be striving for, is to make
Exactly.
you look and feel the best version
One
of
thing
yourself.
which I've always done is I've never tried to copy anyone. I mean, this is my limit. This is where I'll stay.
I'm learning that now.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
a little too late, but
this is how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yes, initially has to try everything, but then as you grow older, you learn, and then you say, "This is it. This is what I can eat. This is what I can't eat." As simple as that. So if I'm not able to eat, not everybody is privileged to eat proteins. According to the micro contents what we talk about, not everybody gets an opportunity as well, even if they desire and they want to do it. Why? It's work, it's stress, it's family, so many things surrounding it. So individual, know where your limits are, know what you can do, take it on from there.
I think we can leave it at this, that if you're a Maserati, try to behave like a Maserati, not like a Range Rover. Yes. Don't look at a Range Rover and be like, I want to be that.
Yes.
Like you're designed to be a Maserati. Be the best Maserati you can.
Exactly.
Right. So,
exactly. Agreed. Absolutely. Yeah.
Guys, thank you very much for this insightful discussion. Hope you guys enjoyed, took some valuable information away. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.
So yeah.